I recall a significant moment when I realized the importance of literacy in grade 8 when I developed an interest in nail art. The intriguing nature in which one could express art through nails became of great interest to me. How emotion, personality, and traits could be reflected through nail art. This was a positive experience for me because it helped me understand people better through the art shape they chose, the color they preferred, and the size of the nail they often felt was of preference to them. This helped me communicate better, not only with my clients but with people in general. I could already distinguish someone's personality trait just by looking at their nail design without having spoken to them. Doing nail art was a great challenge for me during the early stages of practicing nail art, although the more I improved at doing nail art to a client's satisfaction, the better. This had a relatively positive impact on me because I learned a new skill which improved my communication skills. My clients are of different ethnic groups and come from many different parts of the world, so I learned how to communicate in different languages while improving my communication and art skills. This experience has allowed me to mentally prepare myself to actively communicate and socialize with people of different ethnic groups. At Varsity, this has also allowed me to better understand people and their personalities. Since I am studying teaching, this skill will allow me to continue to improve my communication skills by interacting with people in different languages, which will allow me to excel in the teaching field.
Greetings. My name is Hans Selom Tlasedi, and I'm here to tell a short or brief narrative about my reading and writing literacy. So during my preschool, I struggled a lot with reading and writing, and it continued on until my senior phase days, whereby in grade 8 and 9 I struggled a lot with reading and writing, and most of the cases or most of the time I would feel embarrassed and frustrated because I knew that me not being able to read and write will mean that I cannot achieve some certain things in life. But then as they say, things do change only if you take an action. So I did take an action, and I decided to become more motivated in such a way that I pushed myself to be literate. So it started as a fact of me having to read books, be more into cartoons, because I do believe there are specifics in terms of how to teach and how to learn. So as of now, as I'm speaking, I can say with confidence that I am able to read and write and speak with confidence also, because I was guided by only one concept. Self-discipline begins with your thoughts. So if you can control what you think, you can control what you do. So I did change that perception, and then it built me to an extent that I can say more importantly, it was interesting, but then most of the important part of being literate is that you get to develop and grow day in and day out, which I believe is what each and every one of us needs. So being able to read and write does not only mean you're good, but it means you have to grow more further, not only in reading and writing, but then in other literacies. So with that being said, I conclude.
Good day. My name is Junior Mudimola, and this is my literature journey. When I was young, I loved listening to stories from my parents and teachers. My first memory of reading was in grade 1 when I tried to read small books with pictures. At first, it was hard, but I enjoyed learning new words. My grandmother played a big role in my literacy. She used to read Bible stories for me, and that helped me understand how important reading is. Later, my English teacher in primary school also encouraged me to write short stories and improve my spelling. As I grew older, my reading and writing skills got better. In high school, I started reading more books for school and also for fun. I also learned how to write essays, summarize, and speeches. I didn't always enjoy it, but I knew it was important. Now, in varsity, reading and writing are a big part of me and my life. I read academic texts and take notes for my studies. I also write assignments using formal language and correct referencing. I can see how my literacy has helped me become a better student. My journey with reading and writing is still continuing, and I am learning every day. I hope to improve my I hope to improve even more and move forward with my studies. Thank you.
Good day. I'll be talking about my narrative literacy. For most of my life, reading felt like a task, something that I had to do for school, not something that I wanted to do myself. That changed the day my older cousin handed me a copy of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. I was going through a tough time at the time, feeling anxious, overwhelmed, and unsure about the direction my life was heading to. He told me that the book helped him when he needed it the most. Curious, I started reading it one quiet evening in the room. Page by page, I found myself pulled into Julian's journey from a stressed, burned-out lawyer to a purposeful, peaceful monk. His search for happiness and meaning spoke to something deep inside of me. For the first time, a book wasn't just about words on a page. It felt like a conversation with someone who truly understood what I was feeling. After finishing it, it felt different. I started journaling, reflecting on my own values, dreams, and what really mattered to me. That one book didn't just open my eyes to a new story. It opened my heart to the idea that words have the power to heal, guide, and transform. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Metin Sulfalamaka and I'll be talking about my narrative literacy. I started becoming literate during my preschool years. I never faced any problem with reading and writing. The only problem I faced was my communication skills with other kids. My narrative literacy would be football. My football journey started in primary as I was participating in ladies soccer, which not only did it enrich my passion, but it developed my communication skills. I traveled several trips for competition with other schools. Then during my high school years, I joined a local team in my community called Stormbreakers. After joining the local team and played for a few years, they made me the captain of my team. Ever since then, I developed as a person and my communication skills became better. That would be all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Thabangwan Jabulani, and then I'm here to tell you a short story about how I developed my reading literacy. When I was young, I struggled with reading. I remember sitting in class, watching others finish their books while I was still stuck on the first few pages. At first, I felt embarrassed and frustrated. But one day, something changed. A teacher gave me a book that wasn't too difficult, and more importantly, it was interesting. It was about a kid who went on an adventure to find a hidden treasure. I was hooked. I read slowly at first, but I kept going. Page by page, my confidence grew. I started looking forward to reading time. The more I read, the more I improved. Not just in reading speed, but in understanding and expressing ideas too. Over time, reading became a habit. It helped me to do better in all subjects. It made me more curious about the world, more creative, and more confident when speaking or writing. Reading literacy didn't come overnight. It took patience, practice, and support from people who believed in me. And today, I am proud to say that reading is not just a skill, it is part of who I am. Thank you.
My early experiences with reading and writing were sharpened by my parents and some of great teachers. When I was little, my mom used to read books to me each and every day, which made me to love books and use my imagination. Later in school, my teacher realized how much I enjoyed books and encouraged me to write my own short stories, which made me to see reading as a way of expressing myself, not just doing a homework. Over time, my reading and writing skills grew a lot since now I read more complex books and write well organized essays. This journey still helps me in school since it makes it easier to go through tough material, finish assignments well, and communicate my thoughts with confidence.